Could be the start of something big. You're lunching at 21 and watching your...
Most men only get to meet porn stars in their dreams. Well, this week my dream came true when I had a chance to meet the biggest star in the history of adult movies, Jenna Jameson. Take a look. Well, first of all, Jenna, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And at this moment, I have the best job in America. I mean, interviewing you is obviously tough work, but somebody's got to do it, so I'll see if I can step up to the challenge.
Well, I'm glad it's you.
Thank you. Big new book out,
Yes.
How to Make Love Like a Porn Star, A Cautionary Tale. Now, there are thousands and thousands of women in porn. What do you think it is about you, about your look, about your technique, perhaps?
This is the hardest question.
No, seriously.
It is the hardest question.
Because look, there are a lot of beautiful women out there.
I don't like to brag, though. It makes me feel like I'm bragging.
Tell me what it is, honestly.
I think that being a porn star isn't just about being pretty. A lot of women relate to me. Right. Because I'm kind of like the girl next door. I say it like it is, and...
You're not the girl next door. You're...
With the perverted side.
You're doing guys on camera. You're not the girl. We wish you were the girl.
I know a few girl next doors.
If you were the girl next door, every guy would be going next door. Are you into it most of the times, or is it a job? I mean, are you having sex and enjoying it the same way you would if you're making love to somebody in your personal life?
Well, you know, in the beginning of my career, I enjoyed it so much. Like, I totally got off on it. And then it started to evolve.
Right.
Then I started getting off on the fact that so many people were watching.
Well, that's kind of natural, frankly. I mean,
yeah.
You know, I mean, that's kind of
otherwise it can be very dull. It can be very vanilla. You know, you're working with somebody that you don't know.
Right.
Or you know just in passing.
Right.
And a lot of the times you're not extremely attracted to the person.
Do you get to, if you walk on, because you're obviously the biggest star there is, do you get to kind of walk on and say, look, this guy's beat, I am not doing it?
No, I choose.
You choose your guys?
Yeah, I have a list of people. When I did work with other people other than my husband, I had a list of about 5 to 10 people that I would work with.
What are the prerequisites for the guys?
Well, I have to get along with them.
Sure, okay, personally, just you got
yeah,
like them.
It's not all about whether or not, you know, he's well endowed or whether or not he's good looking or this or that.
You just want to hang out with him, yeah.
I like guys that didn't hit on me afterwards.
Okay.
It's a business situation, it's not personal.
The second part of your book is A Cautionary Tale. That's the second part of the title. And you've had a very, very difficult life that's gotten to you to this place. You lose your mom at age 4.
Right.
Raised by your dad, who was a cop, a tough guy. And at age 15, you have kind of a life-altering experience in Montana. Talk to us about that.
This is really hard for me to talk about.
Well, do the best you can.
When I was in my father bought a cattle ranch in Montana, and when I was about 16 years old, I moved up there. It was hard enough for me because I didn't fit in. I was a city girl, and so I automatically turned into the hot girl.
Right.
You know, because I was from out of town, I was blonde.
New girl, right.
I was a cheerleader. I went to a football game, and a few of the boys from the opposing team, who are friends of a friend, offered to drive me home. Well, I lived like 5 miles from where we were, so I was like, fine, in a small town. You know, there were 300 people in town. They drove me off-road, and I ended up getting gang raped and beat incredibly bad, left out there, and had to walk miles home. And then I was so freaked out by the whole situation, rightfully so, that I couldn't tell my father. I just, you know, I didn't know what he would do. I knew he would go after them, he'd kill them, and then I'd lose my father, who was the only thing that I had. I didn't tell my father, and I told him that I got in a fight at school. And then he punished me. Because he didn't know,
yeah,
you know.
Of course.
So I just withdrew, and, you know, thereafter, I kind of lost who I was as a person.
What's interesting, obviously the line is you make your life an incredible life out of sex.
Yes.
One would think you would have run completely in the other direction.
Right.
And so how do you connect those dots?
Well, you know, I don't like to connect those dots.
But there is a connection, of course.
You never know. I mean, I've always been a very sexual person.
Want to track into the world of porn. You start doing some modeling. And how did the first kind of nude pictures? You ended up on, I think, 1 month on the cover of Cherry and High Society.
Hustler.
Yeah. All my favorite books. How did that come about?
Well, being on magazines was like the most important thing to me. I used to steal my father's penthouses, and I wanted to be one of those girls so badly.
How old were you when you would do that?
Oh, when I was like 6 to 8 years old, I would steal them. And
That's not a typical thing for a
I
7-year-old.
told you I was
That's great.
sexual, but
That's
it wasn't
great.
even about like seeing, their naked bodies. It was so like raw and beautiful, these women.
But it wasn't like, you wouldn't steal a Vogue or not that you
Oh, no.
So it was more right to the raw stuff.
Oh, right to the raw
I
stuff.
love it. Okay.
Yeah. So I wanted to be one of those women,
Okay.
and I didn't think I would ever look like that.
So how'd you make that happen?
Whew. God gave me good genes. I wanted to follow in my mother's footsteps and be a showgirl, so I didn't realize how much went into it. It was like 5 hours of practice
Sure,
a
it's hard
day,
stuff,
and
yeah.
no money.
Right.
So I started stripping. It's pretty much the same thing. You just
Yeah.
aren't wearing diamond pasties. So
Okay, works for me.
I had met a girl there who ended up becoming my girlfriend that posed for Penthouse, and I was like, "Wow, can you like put in a good word for me?"
Right.
And she's like, "Yeah, you're a shoo-in." So I met an agent from Penthouse. Boom, did that,
Boom.
and then it just the minute
Spiraled.
people like hear about you in the industry, it's like
So then the
wildfire.
Penthouse automatically goes right into the porn.
Yes. I mean, I was just so young, so fresh, so wide-eyed.
When did you all of a sudden discover that you were also interested in women? What was the moment that all of a sudden?
Oh, the moment?
Yeah, I mean, obviously some woman kind of made it
wow.
happen for you.
Oh, it sounds like such a cliche,
Well, I wanna
such
hear
a
it.
porn
No,
movie.
just indulge me. I know it's boring,
I
but-
kissed my best friend that was on the cheerleading team.
Oh,
Because
man.
we were just practicing, and it sounds so like a porn movie, but it's
Time
true.
out, guys. She kissed the best friend on the cheerleading team.
Yeah, but I remember feeling like the tinglings of, okay, this isn't just something that's
Right,
fun.
right.
It was something that I liked, and I was probably around 14.
If you were going to teach a woman and a man anything, if you're talking to one woman at home about how to please a man, what would be the one thing you would say to her?
Women have to be less inhibited. They need to stop worrying so much about, okay, is he seeing the cellulite on the back of my thighs right
Right.
now? Because when you're thinking about that stuff, you can't get into it.
Right.
And every man I know, the most important thing to them during sex is that the woman is enjoying it.
Absolutely. And what advice would you give to a guy?
To a guy, slow down. Just slow it down. Gosh.
Okay, we're going to break with tradition on The Big Idea. We never bring a guest back later on in the show, but as you can see, Miss Jameson has a lot of very important information to share with our viewers, so there's more Jenna coming later on in the show. Stick around, we've got more Big Idea. How to Make Love Like a Porn Star is the name of Jenna Jameson's new book. Here's more of my interview with the blonde bombshell. It was a tough job, but somebody had to do it.
In your book, you talk about a lot of kind of fun, silly stuff, just kind of interactions with celebrities, and we'll just go
Yes.
through them quickly. Okay.
We got them all. I
Okay,
got
so
'em
all
all.
right, Bruce Willis just comes up to you and just starts kissing you.
Yes, which I was totally fine with.
Okay.
I actually was very attracted to Bruce.
Good kisser?
Very good kisser.
Okay.
And
what happened after
then
that?
he just walked off after
Okay.
he kissed me, and that like made it even more
so-
hot.
okay.
Right? So I was like getting my purse. I was like, I'm gonna go follow him, and then his bodyguard walked up to me and was like, "Mr. Willis is waiting for you in his limousine," and I was like, "Wow, aren't you just taking it for granted that I'm coming home with you?"
So you said Sly Stallone was a real gentleman.
So great. Sly is awesome.
What happened with you and Sly?
Well, I interviewed him for the E! Channel, and he was so nice.
And Marilyn Manson, the kind of freaky guy?
We were seeing each other for
You were
quite a while.
really?
Yeah.
Now, I would have never put the two of you together. That's interesting.
That's what everybody says.
That's a strange combo.
Yeah, I'm kind of like the California girl, and he was
A freak.
the Antichrist.
Right.
Yeah.
Switch gears, completely opposite of anything sexual, Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah.
You've had your run-ins with him.
what
You
a
talk about
jackass.
you fight with him. What happens after the cameras stop?
Well, after Bill was done trying to rake me over the coals,
Right.
and saying how bad I am and all these horrible
Right.
things about me, he asked me for movies.
I actually went on a show a year or two ago when you came out and you were doing these pony ads, and he of course came out and you were selling pornography to kids, and
Yes.
I think I whacked him pretty good. I said,
It
well,
was very good.
thank you. I mean,
Thank you.
You know, basically, well, he's a bully. You had a great line in the book where you said, "You, Gloria Steinem, that to you doing porn was the ultimate sense of power for a woman."
It is. It is.
In what sense?
Well, I think that women should be in control of their own destiny, and there should never be anybody telling you what's right and what's wrong, and how a woman should be, and how she should be buttoned up, and not objectified. And to me, just shut up. let me do what I want to do and you do what you want to do, because obviously I feel comfortable and I'm having a good time.
Now with your husband, and you're very happily married, and you said you're not going to be with any other partners in your films.
Right.
Now, he's a nice guy and everything, but that's a lot of disappointment to a lot of your fans out there. And do you feel like you're letting them down at all?
I've always prided myself on giving as much of me as possible to my fans. And I think that I've made a good deal with them, because now I have sex with my husband on camera, and at least I haven't gone all the way away.
You're still doing girls on camera?
Yes, I'm still doing girls.
Oh, fine, that's great.
Still doing girls.
No, no
which
problem, no problem.
He's fine. My husband's fine with.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Yeah.
Now, is he allowed to do the women?
Absolutely not.
Why not? So
It's a double standard.
You always hear the term today, particularly with young people. They say, I hooked up with so-and-so, a guy. It's a very vague term. So what I'd like to be able to do, if possible, is to kiss you on the cheek, and then I could tell people I hooked up with Jenna Jameson.
Absolutely.
Can we do that? We'll kiss on the cheek. You are adorable. Thank you for being here.
That was so much fun. It was painless, too.
Who's a better kisser, me or Bruce Willis?
Well, kiss me right here. No. He leaned in. Okay, you. But Bruce gave me the tongue. Okay, we're not going there.
On that note, the Big Idea will no longer be airing because we're never going to do better than this. We got more Big Idea coming. Stick around.